Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Farming Simulator 22 as we continue our Swiss chocolate run here. And I accidentally let our chocolate overfill. Actually, our cheese as well, to be fair. I know our sugar was going to overfill. I'm not worried about that much. But yeah, the chocolate and the cheese was not intentional. I mean, the cheese is fine because we were only going to be able to make so much anyway. But the chocolate, I'm going to have to check to see. We should be able to make 28,000 liters a year, just a little bit more. So I'm going to have to see how far off of that number we're going to be because I let it sit there and I just didn't notice because we've only got 2 more months worth. Really, dude? Alright, got you going. I think you're confused for a second there, but now you're going again. Mowing is almost done. And then, like I said, we'll check on the chocolate here in a little bit. I guess we can go check on after we get finished with this path of mowing before we start the next one. But we would have 2 more months, like I said, so that'd be another 4,000, maybe 5,000 liters. So we should have at least 23,000 liters sitting over there if we've got close to our maximum that we would want anyway. So hopefully we didn't miss by much. We'll check. I need like there probably is a little mod that will tell me the status of all of our productions just so I can see it better. It doesn't help that this thing only has 2 outputs. Like, that's really annoying. We got a lot of chocolate here, actually. So we got 17 here. There's 2,000 there. That's 19. Plus 5,000 in the thing. So that's 24. Oh no, we didn't miss it by much. We should be fine. That is good to know. Really? You call that full? I mean, strange. I'm like, you could at least put 1 more on there. I mean, come on. 1 more. Like, does it just an angle thing? I wonder if I come at it from a different side. Oh, wow. Alright, fair enough. Let's drop this off to the side. We'll pick up the last little bit. And... Alright. Then we'll go get the cheese as well. Yeah, there should be at least a couple more containers. So one of those things where it's just, there we go. It's like it's just being weird and difficult. Alright, there's 1 more container. Come on. And then, like I said, yeah, we actually should be fine. We got a little bit fortunate that I was able to catch it without too much time passing. So we are going to get the full 20, what did I say? 20, it's 2,400 times 12. So 2,800, 28,800 technically over the course of an entire year. Alright, let's go get the cheese real quick, and then we'll get, and the chocolate is the first thing we're going to be selling anyway, so we'll bring the trailer back momentarily. Come on. I know there's more in there. Oh, there it is. Really? Why are you suddenly not able to see it? Oh, there it goes. How much cheese could we have in a year if we had enough milk for it? Half as much. So, 14,400. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's twice. You get 2 times cheese. So, no, it's the same amount. We would literally get the same amount. We could get 28,000 liters of cheese total if we had enough milk. I also need to figure out the point that we need to start getting the sugar going. So chocolate. In 1 year, it would be the 28,000 liters, right? So we would need 57,600 liters of sugar to make 2 years worth of chocolate. Because if we sell all the sugar, we won't be getting sugar for another year after that. So I want at least 2 years available, or basically this time next year. Or basically, let's see, we don't sell sugar until July. And then we harvest sugar beets in October. So it's 3 months later. So we need to make 15 months worth of sugar to be able to feel comfortable about that. So we need at least 36,000. So honestly, that thing being full is actually enough sugar to get us from the point that we can sell sugar to when we can actually start making sugar again. Now that is probably a little bit it's a little bit close. So maybe we want a little cushion there. So let's say 40,000 liters, just, a couple more months, just extra, just to have a little cushion. So we need at least 40,000 liters. So we need effectively 4,000 more liters than we've got here. Which means what I'm trying to figure out is at what point do we start putting the sugar out because we're done distributing it. That's 40,000 liters of sugar in July. So that's important, actually. Well, I guess worst case, we can go ahead and start putting the sugar out on the output now. That way we can go ahead and make as much as we can. And we've got what? We're in March right now. So we're in March right now. So if we're in March right now and we can make, we can use up 12,000 times 2, or 12,000 times 2. 24,000 liters per month. It would take us almost a year to use up what we've got there. So actually, even between now and the time to sell the sugar, we won't be able to actually use up all the sugar beets that we have currently. So, which is unfortunate. I should have started this a little bit sooner, maybe. But what we will do is we're going to switch you to storing. Yes. Which does mean we'll need to go get the we'll get the trailer over there in a moment. I guess we could take it with us because we're going that direction anyway. That way we can sell the maximum amount of sugar possible, while also still making sure that our chocolate is basically never stops. I mean, that's the idea. Still got a lot of mowing to do. We are going to, and I'll show you the math on this in a second. We are going to roll the grass and do another set of grass. Because it makes zero difference one way or the other. Oh, is this only going to load one set? Because it's bigger loads? Yep. Wow. Just a larger amount, I guess. So where do we want to store this? I'm going to just turn around and store this over here off to the side. Still going to be several loads. A lot of loads, even with this trailer. But should be holding a bit more than the last one did, so we'll accept that as a win. Oh, put it right on top. That's fine. Obviously, once we gather it up, it's not going to be a problem, but it's funny that it kicked it over just enough to do that. That's a lot of sugar. So it can output almost a full trailer load. Right? No, it can. It can output a full trailer load per month with a little extra, which 1.2 trailer loads, effectively. I'm going to leave this thing here, even though chocolate is next, just because we know we're going to get a little bit more of that before we go over to do the chocolate. All right, I guess we can just do the mowing starting here. We do have that middle field to do still, but this will be fine to start with. Yeah, this is okay. Actually, you know what? We're going to go side to side. Just because I don't want to have to mess with the tree. Maybe someday I'll cut that tree down just so it's not in our way. But side to side is not that much worse. It's, I mean, after a couple passes, this was well, I guess it's a little bit worse than I was remembering, but it'll be all right. We'll get it done. You are ready to go over to the next field. And we definitely got too much fertilizer, but we've used up about 1,300 now so far. So yeah, no, the numbers were pretty accurate. 600 liters apiece. Roundabouts there. So 3,000 liters probably, I mean, 2,000 liters probably would have been fine. 3,000 liters would have been just enough cushion. What we can do is we can go ahead and fast forward to see if we can get another one before the end of the month. All right, good stuff. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of a skip in here. We'll come back once we're a little bit further along. All right, we're back, and we have finished up the fertilizing. Just got to get our fields rolled now. So we're going to bring this guy back over here, get the roller with him so he can start getting that job done. Because again, we are... Did I already show you guys the reasoning behind... I don't remember if I showed you guys the reasonings behind the doing another round of grass. I guess I'll show that real quick. So, if we do another round of grass, that means we can't plant soybeans until May. That does also mean that we can't harvest soybeans until November. The only reason to do it sooner would be if we can get another round of grass in between there. So if we plant grass in November, which we can, it won't be available to harvest until March, which is when we need to plant sugar beets. So, at least I think that's the case. Yeah, should be available in March. And we wouldn't be able to get another one in there anyway because sugar beets has to be planted in March. So the other way to look at it is if we planted soybeans next month, then we would be able to harvest in October. We'd be able to plant in October, but we wouldn't be able to harvest again until March. So either way, pretty sure we don't get to harvest until March. So since that's the case, we need to get our extra grass in now as opposed to after the soybeans. And if I missed something there and I'm wrong, I guess feel free to let me know, but I think that's accurate. I did go ahead and change the directions on the mower after I had done a couple rows back and forth, because I remembered that if we're going to be turning this into hay anyway, it doesn't really matter. And actually, it doesn't matter either way, because silage or hay, we were going to still need to windrow it, so it literally doesn't really matter how it's laid out here. So we could do a couple of back and forth rows just to give us some space, and then do the verticals, and we're fine. Alright, so let's get this going here. And I think I learned from my other playthrough that we do still need to fertilize this even after rolling it. So once this guy gets done, we probably still will do some fertilization. And I guess we can confirm that by... yeah, nitrogen. Nitrogen is not going up at all. I don't know why I thought that... and maybe this is pre all of the... all of this stuff. All of the... what's it called? Precision farming stuff. But I don't think you used to have to fertilize the grass between cycles. I could be wrong. That could have been how it's always been, and I just don't remember. Man, look at this bad boy. This is insane. When would we ever need this? That is ridiculous. Wow. Anyway, sorry. That's pretty cool. Where's our precision farming at right now? We're at 14% right now, so it's really just the tillage that we're missing. Alright, I'm going to let this run for a little bit more, and then we'll be back here in just a moment again. Alright, we're back. We're finishing up the fertilizing of our fields. Almost done. We've just been using manure for this, just because we had quite a bit of it left over around, sitting around. Already did those other two fields. We're doing this last one now. And I've just been kind of sitting here trying to figure out what's the next thing for our farm, right? What is the next upgrade? There's at least a couple things I wouldn't mind picking up. And I was trying to think about what's the best one. Well, first off, let's take something into account. We are producing more grass than we can deal with. We're picking up more grass than we can process at any point in time. So the best thing for us to do is to sell silage. Silage is by far the best, bang for your buck as far as that kind of stuff is concerned. Unfortunately, we don't really have an easy way to gather up all of that silage, because hay would be selling for 64, whereas silage could sell for almost 200. So it's a huge difference between the two. You are done. Good job. Actually, looks like you might have missed that little bit there on the end. I still missed it. But anyway, we got this. So the grass is ready to go. But yeah, so silage. We would need a better way to clean up the silage that we have, or set up an alternate silage processing for now that we can use to process silage that we're going to end up selling, right? So that could work. And that could be something like one of these. Let's see. One of the silos down here. One of the ones that we got the mod for. And I use this one on my other farm. This kind of, I don't know what you want to call that, kind of old style looking one. I might use one of these different ones, like maybe, obviously the Canadian and American flag wouldn't make much sense on this particular map. So I'd probably use this first one over here. Just the 60,000 one. I don't think we would need much, honestly. Something like that to be able to use to sell, maybe. So that's, double the amount of money that we have right now, if we decided to go that route. Which, once we sell the chocolate, we'll have some money for that. And the biggest reason for that, again, is just we have so much... we have so much grass-type stuff, and we continue to make more. We're just not going to use it all. Our cows just don't eat that much. And until we can afford some more cows, there's really not a way for us to, utilize that time, that time stuff. We would need like quite a bit of money to get even just another cow pasture that's exactly like the one we have over there, which we could do at some point. It's just, that would take some time and stuff like that. We're just not quite there yet. What other options do we have? I mean, I'd like to get another hayloft as well. At the very least, if we could store more, we could just have most of this, you know, not sitting out here all the time, which would be nice. But yeah, I don't know, just some things to think about. So those are like, I would like to have just to kind of get the farm in a kind of more sustainable and kind of efficient state. Getting that barn and that silage thing would be better. But we can't do anything with the silage while it's in there. We can't really do anything with the barn, this barn, while it's got all that stuff there as well. And I don't really want to just bring it over here and, you know, drop it on the ground just like I have before, because that's still a lot of hay. So what we need to do is we need to build up whatever we're going to use for the future and start filling it up. The problem with that is that this is kind of where I'd like those things to be. I would like that new barn and that new size thing to be over here. And I don't really have a good way to make that happen. Just something to think about. Other than that, so let's just say we put that aside. What else would be best for our farm? Honestly, we've got enough field space to feed our cows, right? We've got plenty of field space to feed our cows. So really the only other thing, and enough field space for sure to get enough sugar for the chocolate. So really the only other thing we would need is just more cows. And of course, more cows, if we were to go the route of, you know, one of these pastures, you know, that's 45 cows. That is 250,000 bucks, right? So that's a lot of money. I mean, I'd love to get up to this one. This one would be amazing. We're miles away from that one. So 250,000 bucks would be kind of the next logical choice. I mean, we could keep popping down some $75,000 ones, but I don't know if that gains us anything. I guess 3 of these are worth, it's actually a little bit cheaper than this big one, but I think the big one's just more convenient. So probably would love to get another big one. Like, how much does this one sell for, just out of curiosity? Let's see what I'm looking for. Actually, I just need to select it right. $104,000. So we get 140,000 bucks for that one, which means we only need like 400,000 bucks if we wanted to just swap this one out for that bigger one. Now, it wouldn't really fit here, but that could also be an option. I don't know, just something to think about. I mean, these things are massive. Like, there's just nowhere. Like, we technically could probably find a way to fit it over here, which would be awesome. I would love to have something like this. There's the big one that does the auto feeding, I believe. If I haven't used it yet, so I'm assuming that's what it does. That would be really cool. And of course, we can just put another small one somewhere, you know, probably just on the other side of this one, maybe, or something like that. So more cows would be the most logical choice for more money. Just trying to figure out what we should do with all this grass. We've got so much grass coming in. I think we've got to set up, even if it's just temporary, a silage thing. As soon as we have the money for it, we'll probably just sit it over here by the sugar, kind of nearby, and just start filling it with all the grass that we just collected, because we're not going to need any more hay right now. We've got plenty of hay, and at least the silage we can sell off. So I think that's going to be the plan. We'll just put that, you know, how big is this thing? I mean, takes up some space, but it's not like massive big. So we'll just put it over, you know, off to the side over here somewhere. It'd probably have to be over by the sugar, just so that we, you know, maybe some, yeah, Steven's just over here. It doesn't really matter where it goes. Just somewhere to kind of start processing some stuff. Yeah, we'll lose some money if we end up selling it and moving it to a different location, but the money we would have gained while we had it should have made up for that and then some. So something like that's probably the idea. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to record more episodes, obviously, but I should still be able to see your suggestions before I actually make this type of decision, I think. So, you know, let me know what you think, or if I have already made the decision, at least I'll know what you would have done as well. And it's always still valuable to kind of take that knowledge and have it for the future. So, something to think about. But for now, I think we're just going to go ahead and put a cut in there. We're basically right at time anyway. So, the next thing coming up, when's our next cows reproductions? I think it's those 3 cows, isn't it? Yeah, we got 4 more months. Yep, that's it. So all the other ones are still baby cows, which they're all going to be adults at the same time, though. So we're going to have lots of cows cycling through, producing milk at the same time. So that's going to be good. But yeah, so just these 3 cows, really, here in 4 months. So we got some time. And we don't sell the next thing until May. And then next month, we've already fertilized the grass, which I guess I could have done that next month. I don't know if it really matters. But yeah, May will be the time that we mow the grass one more time, as well as get ready to plant the soybeans, as well as sell off our chocolate. So that is the plan. But anyway, I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.